universe is the divine reality.
That God is in everything, everything is God, everything is a part of God.
We call the Wu-Chi, the nothingness, the center of the universe. So in the Taoism, we don't give them a name of God.
Tell them that God is not out there.
God is beyond even our idea of the beyond.
You can't describe it, you can only feel it.
The real goal is something much more amazing, you know? It's much more fantastic.
Like a phoenix rising out of the ash, someone waking up. Hey.
What is the meaning of life?
And so, about 3 years ago, we set out on this odyssey with nothing but a DV camera, 20 questions, and a mantra. We are all one. But what began as kind of a lark amongst friends to try to make an independent film, somewhere along the way turned into a life's journey. And what started out back then as a kind of kumbaya notion of oneness also grew into something much greater. Somewhere along the way, oneness became more colorful.
It's 100% a fact that we are all one. Look, if you went to the moon and you looked from the moon at the Earth, you would see one Earth. You wouldn't see white people, black people, red people, monkeys, ants, flowers, bees, water, air, rain, non-rain, desert. You wouldn't see all of this. You would see one Earth. Ontological, astrological, beyond energy, beyond light, beyond sound, beyond perception, beyond mind. We are all one.
And oneness became more intense.
But just imagine for a moment that you looked around the room right now, wherever you're sitting, and you saw that vase of flowers, that window, that microphone, that camera is like looking at yourself. And how you would feel about those things and those people if you knew for a moment with great certainty that that was true. And I think the answer is right there.
And oneness became more inclusive.
And so We Are One is an exploration of discovering that the oneness is paradoxically, in the multiplicity, plurality.
Despite the fact that we have a lot of differences in terms of ethnicities
and nationalities and different traditions, and
in terms of our geographical location.
The Israelis and the Palestinians,
Bosnia, Chechnya, Pakistan,
Iraq, and
we are American, we are Dutch, we are German.
Jews and the Palestinians, the Christians and Muslim, Arabs,
Buddhist, a Hindu, a Jew, a Muslim, an animist, an atheist.
East, west, north, south, up and down.
All people. There are hundreds of languages, probably hundreds of races that exist in our world today.
The fact remains that we are all one.
We are all one.
We are one.
نحن كلنا موحدون.
And oneness became more internal.
Ask yourself, who am I? What do I want? And if you go really deep into this, who am I? Very deep into this, you'll realize you're not your body, you're not the mind, you're not even your personality. You're the infinite being.
And oneness became richer and more beautiful than we could have ever imagined.
We are all unique, each one of us different. And it's so wonderful that we're different. We may spring from the same oneness of our interiority, but as human beings, as individuals, every one of us is unique. We are different, that's what is beautiful about us. So at least let's enjoy the difference. If you learn to enjoy the difference, if you see that every human being is a unique human being, only once, in the whole eternity, only once this kind of human being happens. You cannot find exactly this kind of human being anywhere else in the existence, at any time in eternity, only once. That is true with yourself, with your friend, with your enemy, with your loved ones and the ones you hate. All of them are absolutely unique. Anything that you see as unique, you value it. Anything that you value, you will have no problems with it. And oneness will happen out of that. If you begin to enjoy the uniqueness of life, oneness will happen out of that.
On the last day of the last interview, after the final question had been asked, we were sitting in a remote monastery with Father Thomas Keating. Now, he's probably the most revered figure in the Christian contemplative movement today. And we were talking with him about the journey of this movie. And on the final minute of almost 100 hours of tape, he summarizes the journey this way.
The beginning of the spiritual journey is the realization, not just the information, but a real interior conviction that there is a higher power, or God, or, to make it as easy as possible for everybody, that there is an other, capital O. Second step, to try to become the other, still a capital O. And finally, the realization that there is no other. You and the other are one. Always have been, always will be. You just think that you aren't.
To give you a chance to answer them. So right now, for our remaining few minutes, get online, because here's the question, and I want to know your answer to this. What is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of life? How do you answer that question without going to find some guru sitting on top of a mountain with a white beard and sitting in a yoga position? You know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Thanks. It is our work, the work of you who are making this film, the work of the people who are watching the film, to bring this next level of evolution into being.
Just please, while we get focused, give us your name and tell us a little about yourself.
My name is Deepak Chopra. Still deciding what I'll do when I grow up.
Why are so many people depressed?
Because the game isn't as much fun as they thought it was going to be.
This particular Sufi tradition, which is known as the Naqshbandi Sufi tradition, we're known as the silent Sufis because we practice a silent meditation.